Hey, it is November 6th. The idea is I want to make a zine of my Inktober stuff, but I want to print it myself. I want to be able to make sure every step of the process is how I want it, so I'm going to try to do it myself. I've already ordered some paper and some cardstock for the cover. Another great thing about doing it myself is I wanted to use all recycled paper. So the paper I got according to the packaging, and I messaged the company, is 100% recycled material, and then also the cover is made from recycled material. So there's that. I'm not sure how I'm going to bind it yet. That was one thing I wasn't sure about. I had a long reach stapler and some staples on my list of things to buy, but I didn't end up getting them because I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to staple bind it or if I wanted to stitch bind them. That'll probably depend on how many I end up making, because obviously stitch binding is a lot of work, even if they are going to be probably pretty small. I'm not sure if I'm going to make them 5x5, which is what the original size most of the pieces were, or if I'm going to make them like 7x7 maybe. I'm not sure. We'll have to see what sizing works best with the paper, because obviously I need to leave some room for like cutting off the edges and making sure all the pages are the same and all that stuff. I haven't painted or drawn anything since Inktober. I'm probably going to maybe do that tomorrow. Give myself a full week in between Inktober and my next drawing. Give myself like a good proper break. I do already have all of my originals up on the shop, which was really nice because the cost of those is kind of what I've made off of those is going to kind of cover the cost of buying all the supplies that I need to print them, because I need, obviously if I'm printing them myself, that's going to take a lot of ink, so I need to stock up on some ink too. But I've already sold six of them, which is awesome. It's a lot better than last year. A big part of that is thanks to my patrons. I put them up on Patreon for first grabs for them first, so they could grab one if they wanted to. And I think 4 of those are for patrons. But yeah, I'm excited and nervous for this project. I really want to make art books in the future, like possibly like collections of sketchbook stuff and paintings. Like yearly would be like the dream. So printing my own zine is kind of a good way to see if that's something I actually want to do. I did a zine last year and it was fine, but I kind of want a more hands-on experience. I feel like this is a really long opening, but since Inktober ended, I scanned all of the pieces into the computer with my scanner. I don't need to say that. And today and last night, you might be able to see it, just been working on editing the scans, getting rid of some of the paper texture and making sure the backgrounds are white and the black spots are all black. There's a lot of printer dust or scanner dust and stuff that you have to worry about when scanning your artwork. And it's gonna take me a little bit to work through all 31 pieces, or 33 pieces actually. I think what I'm going to do is my 2 redos, I'm going to include the original and the redo in the zine. But yeah, this is my editing list. You probably can't see it, but I have every day, and then I have a couple of like filler pages that I wanted to put some of the trading cards that I worked on for Patreon on a few of the pages, and then I needed to do a cover, the back, the inner cover, title page, and the very back page, which will be like a thank you page. I've gotten through just under half of this list, so it's gonna take a while. Yesterday I had Beau help me come up with a title, which I'm not going to share yet because I'm not 100% sure on it yet, but I think it is perfect. I like asking Beau about this stuff because he's really great. I feel like a lot of people don't quite catch on to the point of my artwork, and I feel like Beau's really good at looking at it and knowing what I was going for, if that makes sense. So I came up with a word that can be taken more than one way so it can fit with specific things, because most of my stuff is pretty depressing or dark, but I have a couple pages that are of like couples, and I didn't want to have too much of a depressing like title, because I feel like the title of an artwork and of a collection can really affect how people see the artwork. So like for an example, one of the words we were playing with was like detached, which works for a good portion of the artworks, but if you look at the coupley ones that are supposed to be more like lovey-dovey and not like that, look at a picture of a couple with the title detached, then that makes you look at the artwork different. So we needed to find a word that was vague enough and had multiple meanings in a way that would work with all the different themes of what I was going for this month. And I think we found a really good one, and I'm excited for it. I like using vague 1 or 2 word titles for things, and this is perfect. It's one very vague word, and I think it works great. I'm really excited. So for today, and probably until the paper comes in, which isn't supposed to be for like another 5 days or so, I'm going to start working my way through editing all of these pieces, and at some point I will need to do like a test print just to see how it comes out. Yeah, I hope you guys, I don't know what I hope. Hopefully by the end of this video there will be a zine that you can either pre-order or buy. So if you're into that, make sure to check out the description, because I'm sure there's a link to where you can find it. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later.
Watch her haters wonder why Gambino got the game. Half-time thingy, all she wanna do is bang. Got her hair done, French braids, now she ASAP. Bino so insensitive, she asking why you say that. I'm chillin', real nigga feelin'. Rich kid asshole, paint me as a villain. Still spittin' that cash flow, DJ Khaled. I got penthouse on both coasts, PH, balance. Real nigga, I rep those. Why though? Cause I said so. Get deep in that Pepto. I got 5 on it like Memphis. I got more tail than that Petco. You faker than some sweet and low. Yeah, you got some silverware, but really, are you eating though? Are you eating though? Nigga, are you eating though? Breakfast, lunch, and dinners for beginners. You ain't eating though. Never catching cases. Why they faces look so emo? Watch a hater hate me, wanna play me like a piano. My architect, no Japanese. Yo, girl, she Chinese. No hands like Socrates. Yo, fuck boys like Socrates. You niggas ain't copping these. Niggas ain't looking like me. Nah, I ain't checking ID. But I bounce them with no problem. Tell them problem.
Hey guys, good morning. It is Sunday now, the 10th of November. I just wanted to show you this package that came in yesterday. For the most part, it's not too exciting. It's just some shipping materials. I got like, here, I'll just show you. Okay, so that's the microphone, but underneath the microphone is 300 of my regular envelopes, the pink ones. And then in there is about 25 rigid mailers. I considered getting more, but I got 25 last time and it lasted a pretty good amount of time. So we'll see how that goes. Usually go through these really quickly though. So I got a lot of those. And then 300 glassine bags. And then that is what I think I'm going to be using for the cover of the zine. It's made out of recycled paper. It has this, I don't know if you can see it, like speckled look to it, and it's a thicker cardstock. But that means we're only waiting on the inside paper. The shipping on that one was super expensive. It was like probably $11.50 or something just to ship it, and the paper was already pretty expensive. So some pricey paper, but hopefully it will be really nice. Hey guys, it is a bit later now. I just wanted to give you a little update. I finished editing all of the Inktober illustrations. They're all here. I just wanted to be able to see them all together and then how they would be laid out, what would be next to what. So I still have a few more pages to do, but they are more layout based rather than just like editing the illustrations, which is already done. But basically I already have the cover done. It's up there. I just didn't want to spoil it for you. So I need to do the back. I need to do one for the other side of this, and then I need one more page and then the inner of the back, I think. So I guess I will get going on that. I just really like how this all looks together like that, because that's what the zine is going to be, kind of. Add a couple more pages, but yeah, it's just really nice seeing all of your artworks for a challenge like this together like that, because it's just like, that is October. That is my entire month of October. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. I'm just watching this video that Mini Small posted, and yeah, bye. So here it is. Kind of hard to show you in video, but it's actually it's pretty thick. There's not a lot of like, you can't even really see too much light through it. This first one is a little dirty, but that's okay. But yeah, it feels really nice, pretty sturdy. Can't wait to print on it, guys. Okay, it's obviously quite a bit later now. You can see it's dark outside. It's about 7:30 ish, but I just finished, I think, like formatting all of the files so that they're ready to print. I'm going to have to adjust the pages for the cover pages, but all the other ones are ready. I was trying to find an easier way to do it about all morning doing research and stuff, but I just couldn't find anything that worked with the programs I already have on my computer. And ideally I would use InDesign, but I don't have InDesign. So I just use Medibang, which is what I use for most things, but Medibang has comic guidelines, so it has cut lines, bleed lines, and safe lines, which is what I used. And then sorry, the gate's really loud. And then I made a layer that has the cut lines so I can print them too. But I'm really excited. I have all 10 pages because I have 10 like pieces of paper that will go into the zine, and I don't know, I'm so excited. I think my mic might have died for that last clip, but here it is. You can see this is the bleed line, and then next to it is the cut line, and then this middle line here is the safe line. So basically you just kind of want to have everything in it. And yeah, I just went through and did this for every single page using my template here. So like, for example, this is day 3, so that's this page. So it will be 3 on one page, that page, which is the page that's going to be next to page 29, and then on the other side is number 30 and number 2. And I just went through and did that for every single page. I put a little pink dot when I finished each one. Every one is finished. So I'm not sure when, but at some point I need to do the first print test. I'm really excited. It's like legit a thing now. So this is how big it will be. So it'll be about the same size. It will be the same size as most of the originals except for the bigger ones. Those will also be smaller. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm so excited. But yeah, I'm probably going to stop working now for the night. Maybe go watch some TV or some anime or something. I don't know if you can hear me, but I also need to make sure that the edge gets all cut evenly instead of, I cut the pages all out one by one. So I need to make sure that they all get cut out evenly. And yeah, I have a big long list of adjustments to make that I need to work on today. Hi. Sorry for my desk being a little messy, but I just finished going through every single one of these images, and I can just show you. So here's one of the pages, and I moved the page number. It was pretty close to the edge on the cut line. I moved that up further, about twice as far up as it was on every single page. And then after the first print test, I noticed that it was printing a little purple, so I turned the saturation down a bit more, and I also wanted the images to be a little bit sharper. You probably can't see on this because I'm just recording my computer screen with my phone, but I also went through and sharpened up all of the images. Besides that, I just had some small adjustments on some of the pages, like on this page the ear was getting cut off a little bit from the cut line, so I made that smaller so it fits in better. This page was printing a little bit darker than I wanted it to, so I lightened it a tiny bit, which you can't even tell on here. And then on this page the tiger was way too far over because I was centering it based on the whiskers instead of the tiger's head. So the edge of the cheek was almost completely cut off of the edge, so I moved it over to make it look a little bit more centered. You're a little crooked, hang on. That's all of the adjustment notes I had, besides just regular like which settings I need to use on the printer. So that means I am ready for the second print test, which will hopefully be perfect. I don't want to have to do like a crazy amount of print tests because that just takes away from the supplies and ink and whatnot that I can be using to be printing the actual thing. So I made sure to look through the booklet like pretty hardcore, looking for any tiny adjustment that could possibly need made, and hopefully I caught everything. I even had Beau look through it. It should be ready for a second print test. I had ink that was supposed to be delivered today, but I just checked the tracking number and it said that now it says it's not supposed to be delivered until Tuesday, so I probably gonna wait until then because I think if I start printing these out, it's gonna wipe out I'm almost out of yellow on my printer. I'm worried that if I start printing these out, even though it's in black and white, it uses a small amount of color, that it will use up the rest of my yellow, and then what if I might have an order or something come in on the shop, and I would rather be able to fill the orders for my shop if I can first. So I'm just going to wait until Tuesday, I guess, and then I will start working on the second print test, which is really exciting. I think what I'm going to do on this video is get it until I have it perfect, and then I will put up a pre-order on the shop. So if you're watching this, maybe go check out the link in the description if you would like to get one of these. I'm doing a pre-order because I have no idea how many that people will want, and obviously they will take me a little bit to print out and bind and fold and everything. But if you want one, check out the link in the description and it will take you to my shop where you can place your pre-order. And after that, I'll probably have a part 2 of this video that is just a vlog based on printing, folding, and packaging all of those, depending on how many there are. Like I said before I started this whole project, I don't expect a lot of people to order them. I bought 15 or something last year of my Inktober zines. Obviously I kept them myself, and I think I still have 2 left that were like misprints, because I mean that happens when you order things. So yeah, I didn't sell very many last year, and I don't expect to sell very many this year. It's just something I really wanted to do. But of course, if you do get one, thank you. I'm printing and folding and binding everyone myself, so every single one is going to be made with a lot of care. And yeah, I will talk to you guys again probably on Tuesday after finishing the second print test, and we will see how that goes. Hey guys, it's actually Wednesday now. So the ink came yesterday. I just got 2 boxes of black just in case and a box of yellow, which is what I'm currently almost out of. So I can finally start working on the second print test for the zine. But before I start doing that, I need to print off a couple sheets of stickers for Patreon. For the stickers this month, you can probably see the design behind me there. It's the dagger painting I did not too long ago. I need to have somewhere around 50 stickers, I think. So if I can get them all lined up on the sheet in a good way, hopefully that'll be like 5 sheets of sticker paper that need to be printed out. So I'll probably need to replace the ink before I'm done with all of that. But yeah, I just wanted to give you an update on where I'm at after I finish that. I also kind of need to finish the painting I'm working on right now, but I'm trying to decide what I want to do first. Hi. So I finally got them all on the page. I actually got 10 on, which is always my goal when it comes to this kind of thing. It took a couple tries. This was the first attempt. I only got 8 on for that one. Second attempt, a little bit better, got 9 in. Third attempt, a little bit more orderly, but still only 9. And then finally, this one, which actually has 10 on the page, which is great because the more I can fit on the page, the less sticker paper I waste, which is obviously a good thing. And if you're curious about how I got the size figured out, I used this and I just opened up my file with these stickers on it. And I wanted it to be, I did a test print out on 4x6 inch paper for the size that I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be about 4.5 inches long. And I knew this sticker was 4 inches long, so I just cut it out to compare the size, and it just went almost to the tip there. So when I put it into my program, which doesn't have rulers, which is kind of inconvenient, I just used one of those stickers to line it up to see how big it would be. That way when I print it, I know about what size it will be, which is really nice. So I'm going to start printing these out, and then I'll probably go ahead and cut them roughly out so they're not in a big sheet anymore. Okay, these need to sit for 5 minutes before I can cut them so they can dry. They turned out really nice. I'm always super impressed by the amount of detail that my printer can actually print. Every time I paint something, I'm like, ooh, might be pushing it with that. But it always turns out really nice, even on these tiny little stickers. Okay, it's a little bit later now. I just finished roughly cutting all of these out. There's 2 that I kind of messed up by printing too close to the edge, but that's fine. I'll just keep one. And then I'll give one to Beau or something. But yeah, these are all done, and it's perfect because I needed 48, and that leaves extra ones for me. I always like to have a one for myself. Hi. So I was just in the middle of finishing up the second test print on the zine, and I'm sure you can hear it, but it started storming out of nowhere. It was supposed to rain today, but it wasn't supposed to storm, and the power went out, which is great. We have a lot of power surges here, so anytime it starts storming, we shut our computers down and unplug them because our TV has already been killed once. But I didn't get to it in time, so everything just shut down, so I immediately just started unplugging everything. But I'm really scared. I really hope our computers turn back on when the storm's over. And my printer was in the middle of printing. Luckily, it was finished. I thought it would stop printing halfway through the page, but I tugged the page out of the printer and it was actually finished, I guess, which is great. I only needed to print the inside of the cover to be done with the whole thing. I was literally on the last page when the power went out. And yeah, I'm guessing our power is probably going to go out again. Of course, Xavier's freaking out. He hates storms. They're too loud. Millie doesn't care. He just sleeps. Anytime it's raining or at all like gloomy outside, he just sleeps all day. But yeah, I'm pretty nervous about that. That also means I can't do any work, or I can't even really watch TV or anything. I guess I'll just spend some time on my phone. If I was a good artist, I would get my sketchbook out and start working in that, but I really don't want to. I didn't even want to work today. I didn't work for the first half. I just figured printing out the zine isn't that much work. It's just a lot of clicking buttons on the computer. I kind of just want to sleep. But hopefully with this print of the zine, so far I haven't noticed any problems with it. Obviously I haven't cut the pages yet or folded them, so we'll see. I just wanted to give you an update on where I was at. Sorry, the rain is getting louder and louder. I guess I'm probably just gonna sit around for a bit and hopefully the rain will stop. Hey kitty, you doing okay? Do you want to go hide in the closet?
Hey yo.
Hi. So I thought it was finally time for me to come on and wrap up this vlog since it's been going on for quite a while. I didn't expect it to take me so long to figure out how to do this, but it's done. Let me grab it real quick. So this is the first 3 test prints I did for the zine. Obviously, the first one is the worst. I mean, it's not bad, it's fine. But you can see the paper kind of like pointed, and it has lots of issues I pointed out earlier in the video, but I fixed those. Then came the second test print, which still has a couple like tiny things, like I cut the cover just a tiny bit bigger than the rest of the pages, and some cut lines showing on, I think it's just the cover. No, the cover on the last page, there's a tiny little, I don't even know if you can see it, cut line showing. To fix that, I fixed the cut line on the last page. I think I honestly just used the wrong setting on my printer, and I just took the cut lines totally off of the cover, and I'll just have to measure those one by one, because kind of had the same problem on the next test print. And this one was on the cardstock. I decided to do 2 different paper options for the inside of the paper, since I found I had some of this cream cardstock a big pack of it, and I'm not using it for anything, and it's archival and it's thick, and I did a test print on it and it looks nice. So I decided to add those as well. It's just something you'll be able to decide between if you're more interested in that. It's thicker paper, so there's less show through, but it is a cream color. So this was the next test print. I had an easier time cutting the sides this time. On the second test print, I tried to use a ruler and a knife to cut all the pages at once, and it was really hard. So it's kind of a hassle, but I went through and cut every single page on this one on its own. But I'm stubborn and I wanted them to all be the same size, and doing them all at once was really hard. But yeah, it looks really nice. I did the same binding on this one, just with a needle and thread. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that on the thing, so just be aware if you pre-order it, it might be bound with thread and it might be stapled. I just put saddle stitched on the description of the pre-order, so it's either going to be saddle stitched with thread or saddle stitched with staples. I only have something like enough for 15 of the cream colored, so if you want a cream colored one, you might want to go ahead and place that pre-order as quickly as possible. But yeah, they're ready to be ordered, or pre-ordered at least. I just posted this on Instagram, but depending on whether or not I regret my entire life after this, I might put a few up on the store for regular sale after the pre-order thing. They will probably cost more, and there won't be very many of them because these are a lot of work. I'm sure you could tell from the video. I know I didn't record everything. I didn't record any of the folding or the binding. If I do a part 2 of this video where I'm just making all of the zines, I will have, I'll make sure to record lots of sped up stuff of just like printing pages, folded pages, cutting pages, and binding them together. That would be, probably turn out pretty satisfying. But I wanted this video to be more of like the stuff I struggled with, because the binding honestly isn't very hard. I've made sketchbooks before and it's the same concept, and cutting the pages was, I think I recorded some of that actually. It was annoying, but again, not hard. Same with folding. It's just tedious, but not anything to worry about. So I wanted to include the design stuff of like being like, oh, I did this wrong, I need to fix this. But I've been going on for a really long time. I think I have a little over an hour's worth of footage for this vlog that I need to put together into something nice for you. I hope you guys like the zine. I worked really hard on it. If you're interested in getting one of the zines, check out the link in the description. I'm only going to keep that pre-order open for something like 2 weeks, and then we'll see what happens. But yeah. Besides that, I hope you guys are doing good, and I will see you soon for the next video.